chill factor of -10 as Canberra kick off, run to the right. And Ivan Cleary is hit hard by Wiki. Mullins gave a good chase as well. Dunn tries to clear it for the Sydney City Roosters. Canberra's first couple of tackles, a lot of venom in them. Ferner playing in 12. Now Madison. Good work by the back rower, taking a bit of the heat away. The last tackle now as Fittler prepares to play it.
And this player here could be the trump card for the Roosters tonight. Andrew Walker at 5'8", a tremendous kicking game. And on nights like this, it is very important to play good field position. Ken Nagus with his first touch, well taken by his opposite man, Darren Juni, along with Matty Singh.
Nagus, reserve grade last weekend. Another of the changes in the Canberra team as Mullins plays it now. Pongia. Walters with an early run out from dummy half. Finding a lot of metres. Penalty to the home side.
I just noticed that Brad Fittler's run on the sideline. He might have a dislocated finger or something. They're working on it right now.
Bad sign there for the Roosters. And we saw them get beaten 2 weeks ago by St George. That's where they were cut up. Right up the middle of the ruck. Steve Wallace, in the first set of 6, picked up a very easy 15 to 20 metres. Vico, centre field, 38 out.
So Canberra go to the right of the ground. And young Hetherington from Walters now. Back through Ferris. And then away from Boyle. Finding Daly, lurking out wide. Wiki over the sideline. On the 20-metre point.
Well, Canberra not looking for that particular piece of play there. The Roosters' defence was great. As Ronnie Palmer, the East trainer, tries to get that finger back in a position. And the Roosters' defence just forced them out of the sideline. Ordinary play there from the Raiders.
Well, Fittler is going back to the dressing rooms. They're having trouble, we imagine, getting that dislocated finger back into its socket. As Adrian Lamb prepares to work the first scrum of the game.
Tony Iro is the player that's gone on off the interchange bench. As Darren Juni makes a good little burst getting towards centre field, and Brad Fittler has come back out of the sheds now, very keen to get back into the fray.
Iro. Still some concern there. Madison. Hermanson backing into the opposition, and the penalty goes to the Sydney City side against the Canberra defence. Quentin Pongia, the man offending most. Probably got him for being the third tackle over the top. The penalties have levelled out. Early minutes of this Friday night clash from Bruce Stadium, and here's a bust. Ricketson it was. Lamb is with it. Pongia closes the gate. Hetherington involved.
Fittler's back on.
Now from Garlick. Fittler. Dunn goes back. They pick him up and drive him into the ground. 10-metre line. Lamb. Walker. Cleary's pass. Singh's pass goes behind Juni. Mullins comes up with it for the Raiders.
Oh, yeah, chance there for the Roosters to put points on the board, but they messed it up in the end. The Canberra player had come up quickly out of the defensive line, which created the gap as Ferner injects himself into the play, and the last pass went astray.
Funny part about it, it needn't have been classified as a knock-on against Juni. Now, Croker Put away on his own 30-metre line. Ricky goes up the blind side. The markers went to sleep. Good contribution by Wiki. Daly's long ball, finding Ferris, and now it's out with Boyle. 40 metres out from the eastern suburbs line. Ferris. Daly. Now it's with Croker. Ricky. Andruku angling infield, but a tad too late. And the turnover.
Oh, good football there by the Raiders, looking for the space down the flanks, and there's been a little bit early in the match against the Roosters.
But even in those situations, Paul, when you run the football on the last and it breaks down, somehow Ruben Wickie's got to get a foot to the ball. I don't think you can hand the football over that meekly on the last tackle, 30 metres out from your opponent's line, as Brad Fittler, a good charge over halfway and still gets the ball away to Adrian Lamb backing up, or is it Walker?
It is Walker. I recall, I guess on his last appearance here, was he not sent from the field playing for St George against the Raiders? It might have been a couple of seasons back. Now Fittler. Back slammed on the 20-metre line. The last tackle coming up for Sydney City. Here is Walker, and he keeps it low, but it's going over the dead ball line. No pressure applied on Canberra. No score. And early minutes of a match that really the Raiders, they need to win. Just starting to get out of contact with the top five anyway. Ferris angling across back to the blind side, and that is David Boyle.
The Raiders are on 11 points in 11th position, or in fact 14th position. This stage last year they were running third on the competition table, so they've got a lot of work to do. Now they go to their backs once again. Ferris to Laurie Daly. Poor passes the first two, and Daly forced to kick and will find touch 20 metres out from the Sydney City Roosters try line.
Raiders wearing these black armbands tonight in memory of John Allen, the past president of the Australian Schoolboys Rugby League and a local ACT Rugby League identity.
I was actually involved with John Allen in the late 70s, Ray, playing for combined high schools. The marvellous man, did a lot of work for schoolboy football, and he will be sorely missed. Tireless worker for rugby league.
Big push by Canberra. They had some... Oh, great tackle! A penalty's been given to Sydney City. Nevertheless, David Boyle has pulled off a big tackle.
Yeah, great tackle by Boyle, but he played the advantage, Kelvin Jeffs. They're all offside. The ball was stuck in the scrum, and they were a couple of metres inside that 5 metres. Have got to be back.
Darren Junee was side on to the opposition and running backwards. Hermanson takes it ahead, and Ferner is there. 2-1 the penalties to the Roosters. Steve Rocher, a lot of talk about players in the Roosters team taking injuries into tonight's game.
Yeah, talking to Phil Gould just before kickoff, he said that a lot of players wanted to play together tonight because of their embarrassing effort last week, but I don't know if it's too much of a gamble in a big game like this.
Madison playing it now. And that is Ricketson. Penalty goes, and here will be the first shot at goal. Jeff's penalising the Canberra marker.
Ruben Wiki, the man, would not release the football. Ivan Cleary, the man to take the shot at goal for the Roosters.
All those people lucky enough to find themselves a green flyer in our Canberra Times promotion tonight. If you were lucky enough, if you can find your way down to the southern
Ivan Cleary, the second top point scorer this season with 114 points. 25 years of age. Formerly with the Manly club. He left there looking for an opportunity, and then he went to the Bears. And he seems to have found his home now at Sydney City. 74% his success rate this year. And here he is with an opportunity to put first points on the board. 12 metres in from touch and strikes it, and the flags go up. David Ferner it is. He sends it deep down to the Roosters' own line. Oh, that is big!
Ruben Wiki.
He pulled off a couple of big tackles last weekend, and he's picked up where he left off, Ruben Wiki. Paul Dunn on the end of it. Ricketson has been involved. Driven back by Daly. Now Garlick. Wave for Brad Fittler. Fittler put away down on his own 30-metre line. Junee using his footing as a lot of players do when they come to Bruce Stadium, particularly in the middle of winter. Hermanson. Garlick goes back onto the blind side where Andrew Walker punches it down the ground. It was an adventurous kick and he finds the line. That ball bounced only centimetres inside the touchline.
Yeah, nice kick by Walker. Good field position for the Roosters, but Terry Hermanson doing a lot of work early in the match for the Roosters, hitting the ball up with lots of venom, lots of gusto. And Paul Dunn also going pretty well. I think this would be Paul Dunn's first match in the run-on team in '96. He deserves his spot after coming off the interchange many times, playing very well for the Roosters. Jason Lowry has swapped with him tonight. Jason's on the bench.
Canberra coming away with possession from just inside their own 20-metre line, and the Roosters have been found inside the 5 metres at the scrum base. Well, a rather unorthodox way of finding the line, but they did that on the bounce. And Nagus taking the tap and across the park, and they make the mistake, and Ricketson comes up with it. So the Roosters come up with possession 30 metres out from the Canberra line. Cross now for Walker, then Junee. Madison. Fittler, quick offload for Ricketson. Back now for Lamb on the run around with Garlick. And then Cleary comes in from the back. Lamb again, taking it to the line. Fittler kicks outside edge of the boot and over the dead ball line.
Yeah, nice work by Adrian Lamb there, controlling things around the rucks, the inside ball. It's a big ploy in rugby league these days, the inside ball. Look, there's no defence there on the inside for Canberra. Fittler's into a gap, but a misplaced kick. And now a high tackle.
Terry Hermanson, the man being spoken to.
Was watching that choice of Brad Fittler's to kick there. I thought with his size and his sidestep, he might have taken the wrong option. Here's the high shot on Quentin Pongia. And here comes Brad Fittler, 98 kilograms of him, travelling at pace. There's a question mark whether Daly would have been able to put him away, but they went for the kick option. Daly then finding the line. Ferris, Pongia, unhurt by the confrontation. Walters running across to a very narrow blindside, and now back from Ferris and away for
Shot of Andrew Walker again.
It is Croker. He started with those cycle shorts on. Now they come down the left, and Boyle, 25 metres out from the Roosters line. The Raiders. Croker's with it. Now Hetherington. Brett Hetherington. Back to the left now. Through Furner and Daly. Now Ruben Wiki. Away from Paul Dunn. Fends off Brad Fittler. Not held. Wiki really showing some strength. 5 tackles gone. Daly. Dummies. Kicks. Cleary will clean it up. And it'll be a line dropout.
And Ivan Cleary cleaned things up very coolly there. Tremendous pressure from the Raiders. Laurie Daly opting not to go to the outside on the last. He saw a little bit of space in under the in-goal, under the uprights. Ivan Cleary was able to turn and cover up. Good spell here from Canberra.
Might only be a small crowd, but they're urging the home side on. Davico. That's great field position off the line dropout. Now Pongia and Ferris. Ferris is able to unload for Boyle. Boyle has been menacing out in the centres. Daly. Pongia. 10-metre line just in front of him. Walters. Ferris. Floating pass. Croker. Croker. He's almost there. A metre from the line. Ruben Wiki. Daly. Daly. He's over. Laurie Daly is over.
Oh, Croker went so close. The Daly, the man, he's had a big impact on the game in the 17 minutes so far. And he used his brute strength, his power. Here's Croker. How close does he get?
Oh, 20-1 he went close.
And then Daly, he's got the good little left foot step there. The Roosters defence a bit slack, didn't come up off the try line, but his power got in there. He just burst through the Cleary tackle.
Yeah, tremendous work from Laurie Daly. You can see that he's...
The attempted conversion. That is successful. Now Lamb scurries down the blind side. Clark is put away. 20 metres out from the Canberra line. Penalty goes to the Roosters.
Yeah, I think you'll find it was David Wesley. Got his body in a position to push over the player attempting to get up and play the football. A quick tap, a bit surprising there. I thought they might have kicked for goal, but Hermanson takes it 12 out.
Garlick now. Struck 4 in the play. The ball penalty again goes to Sydney City. He's got Steve Walters for premature striking. Another quick tap. And that is Paul Dunn. 9 metres out from the Canberra line. Iro and Fittler. Brad Fittler. 10 metres out from the uprights. Lamb. Pulled down by Hetherington. And the Roosters with several forwards on the blind side and Cleary. The fullback loses it. Wiki to play it for Canberra.
I know it's easy to say now, but at the time I couldn't believe that they didn't take the kick for goal. 6-2. The defence out there is very tough. It's going to be points at a premium tonight. I think you take them when they're on offer.
.26 minutes gone in the game as Ferris is rounded up just inside his own 30-metre line. Walters throwing it away and hoping that somebody finds it. David Wesley did that. And then for Daly. Inside to Mullins. Mullins up the centre and then intercepted by the Sydney City Roosters 5'8".
Oh, yeah, that was danger there for the Roosters. Mullins, that's the Mullins we all know. Those breaks up the middle. Oh, another high tackle there. He's got a tough game on his hands tonight, Kelvin Jess. He's handling it pretty well.
Singh. Lamb. Looking very snappy. Close to the line. Fittler. Oh, Kennedy came over the top. Hetherington underneath. Last tackle. Lamb steps away from one. Puts the kick in. Remick is after it. And they force them in goal, but it's a penalty for offside.
Yeah, good call here from Kelvin Jeffs. No doubt that the outside man, Jason Lowry, was in front of the kicker. It was only marginal. You can see here, Adrian Lamb throws the dummy, kicks now, and there's Lowry 2 or 3 metres in front. Beautiful pick-up from Navis.
Have a look under your seats again. We're looking for 2 more starters in the Canberra Times competition. We're still 2 people short, so someone out there's got him. A green leaflet.
Wesley now.
Steve, was there any message sent out from the bench on those penalties?
Yeah, well, the first one was all right, Peter, but the second one, Phil Gould signalled out to have the shot at goal, and they went against his instructions. It would have made it 6 points to 4. It was a bit of a give-me.
This is Brett Hetherington. Steve Walters. Garlick hanging on. And then for Ferris. Keeping it low and finding the line. 20-metre line. Roosters end of the ground. 6 points to 2. And 28 minutes gone.
It'll be a good battle out there between the 2 number 9s. Steve Walters really looks sharp out of dummy half. Sean Garlick, probably the best defender in the ruck area for the Roosters. He's going to have his hands full looking after the Canberra rake. Both are fine players, and Garlick, especially because he's played more football, is really enjoying a good season.
Juni has had pretty much all of the work of the Roosters wingers. Jorgensen has seen precious little of it. Penalty will relieve some of the pressure.
Once again, Kelvin Jeffs calls out both captains. So he is dead set working overtime here. I'm pretty sure he'd be saying something along the lines of the next player who makes an indiscretion around the play, the ball will be looking at 10 minutes in the sin bin.
Walker finding the line. And that is Lowry. Kennedy in 17 tonight. He lost his position in the run onside. As Kelvin Jeffs again blows the whistle and puts somebody in the bin. It's Quentin Pongia.
Paul Vaughton was spot on. That was the directive of the referee when he spoke to the captains only moments ago. And Quentin Pongia was the first man to infringe in the play of the ball area. Sean Garlick made a good little charge out of dummy half. Pongia trying to get the hooker onto his back. Not making a good enough effort for the referee's liking to get off the tackled player.
The Roosters are going to take the shot at goal.
You can always tell how tough a game is by the number of penalties given, and so far there's been 14 given in the first half hour of this game.
Well, he's had a pretty tough job on his hands, Kelvin Jeffs. To my way of thinking, he's handled it well. Now Cleary, and he punches it straight between the uprights. 6 points to 4. Punching it into the corner. Juni has to turn. He'll get back, or will he? Kelvin Jeffs says yes. You're in the field of play. Sing.
Well, these Roosters, I don't know if the injuries are starting to play up, but a few looking very tired, very slow to get back into position. Another high tackle around the collar on Peter Clark. Peter Sterling mentioned the game that the hookers are having tonight. Sean Garlick is having an absolute storm out there. He's a nasty cut for David Boyle. But Sean Garlick's covering in defence. He's making tackles that just are desperation ones.
Well, it's the other hooker that's really getting the Raiders on the front foot. Those charges out of dummy half have been great. There's a head clash. Again, very sickening to see that. David Wesley and David Boyle coming together.
They always look bad, the head cuts. Plenty of claret, but shouldn't be too concerned because they're only gashes, and they'll probably have a little rest and be back out a bit later.
So we come back away with Madison for Sydney City. And now Iro. He can play such an important part off the bench for the Roosters, Tony Iro. To me, he seems to have developed his ball skills while at Eastern Suburbs and now Sydney City. That's just an easy handover, really, by Canberra for Junie.
Yeah, Brett Mullins did Ken Nagus no favours whatsoever there. Nagus wasn't going anywhere. He's still through the football. Mullins, as Fittler throws the dummy, gets through. He's got Clark on his outside, throws the dummy again.
That is the 20-metre line, and that is Jorgensen. Lamb is with it. Coming across the park. Pulled down eventually by Kennedy. Now, Garlick using Fittler, going back the other way. Clark. And now they're right on the 10-metre line from Garlick for Lamb. And now Madison. You would think Andrew Walker would be calling the ball now. Lamb is with it. And then a short ball. It's a kick ahead. And they look as though they're going to score. Matt Singh gets his hands to it. He's going to give it. It's a try. Sydney City have scored right on half-time.
Yes, tremendous work here. Adrian Lamb, beautiful ball play for Luke Ricketson. This is the mistake that gave them the opportunity. The pass behind Ken Nagus allowed the Roosters to pick it up. It's the last tackle. Adrian Lamb going across field. If we freeze it there, this is the player who causes the problem. Luke Ricketson coming in on the outside. You'll actually see one of the outside Canberra players, as play continues, fall over. This is the kick. Singh is well and truly onside. There's the Canberra player falling over, and they were lining up, and he's got that ball down with his body weight.
Yes, well, before this, Brad Fittler had done some great work, as had Tony Iro, and this is the end result. And the Bulls are sitting there saying, who wants to dive on me? And Matt Singh was the man, grounds it.
And they've caught them in that vital period before half-time. Ivan Cleary offline. This will be the last session prior to the break. Madison comes away to be tackled on the 20-metre line. And the siren has sounded. So the half-time break is with us. And the Roosters go to the break leading by 2 points. And welcome back now to Bruce Stadium for the start of the second half in this match between the Sydney City Roosters and the Canberra Raiders. Darren Junie. Ricketson.
You'd have to say if the Roosters could go on and win this game, their premiership credentials are top class. You'd think that if one player was missing from a defensive side, the Canberra Raiders would be the team that could exploit it as well as any other team in the competition. Very interesting 30 minutes coming up as Fittler makes a charge.
Just looking prior to the send-off of Hermanson at the presence of both coaches on the sideline benches, Steve Roach, and when Hermanson got sent, Phil Gould's head went down.
Yeah, mate, I'm caught in the crossfire at the moment. The runners are certainly earning their money tonight. Plenty of messages going out, and pretty rare to see both coaches down here on the sideline.
Particularly tonight.
Well, mate, I couldn't think of any better place to be.
Just repeating, it is down to around about 2 degrees and a wind chill factor of -10.
Lock, can you put that campfire out down there? I'm allowed to have those.
I wish I had a TP.
The big one.
Nagus. Can you imagine Blocker trying to live in a teepee? Daly now and Boyle, they get together. It'd look like a hat. Now Hetherington. Oh, you got to laugh. The big bloke sitting down there like a human igloo. Penalty goes for Canberra.
And the Roosters are going to have to try and play the ball down as much as possible. They are really going to go to the brink on a number of occasions, pushing the referee's patience.
Steve Walters has just left the field, replaced by Steve Stone.
Davico. And this is Stone in 24. Kennedy was heading off, and his feet went from under him. Ferris, and then Daly. Game that brings together two of the great players of the modern era. Play on, says Kelvin Jeffs. He said no knock on. Daly then, 33 metres out. Ferris running across to Nandruku. Last tackle, Stone. His kick is high. And Ferris, from an onside position, makes the tackle. Jorgensen.
Oh, that's a tremendous run. Picked up a very tough 15 metres there. Now Matt Singh, centres and wingers starting to come in and take some pressure off the forwards. The speed men trying to pick up some trooper metres. Well, not this man.
Green Lamb has taken a couple of big shots. Bounces up the little fella. Ricketson. An enormous effort here required from the Sydney side. Walker. He will play a more important role now than ever. Mullins heading off for the extremities, and then Matt Singh brings him down from behind. Great athleticism. Mullins, Nandruku, Walker's there. Garlick comes in.
Still a very dangerous tactic, kicking centre field to Brett Mullins. Got a kick to the corners to him to close down the space that he has at his disposal. Ruben Wiki, well taken by Peter Jorgensen.
Just repeating, 8-6 the score. The Roosters in front, but they're playing with 12. Hermanson was sent off just a few minutes back. Daly now, driving it over into that corner where it'll find touch. So 8-6 at the 56th minute.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, Shane Kennedy, to meet 40, just inside the main gate in the police van, please. Shane Kennedy to meet 40, inside the main gate in the police van. Thank you.
Welcome to our viewers in New Zealand, taking us on your Sky Channel tonight. And wherever you're watching, welcome back. And I trust you're enjoying. It is a very good game between two of the heavyweights of rugby league. Canberra desperate to win and get themselves back, bound for the quarterfinals. And the Roosters keen to get back into a winning vein.
And unfortunately for the Canberra side, the bad news continues. They've had plenty of injuries to key players this year and quite a few suspensions. And the news from the sheds is that Jason Croker has a suspected broken arm and has been taken to hospital. And that would be another major blow to their aspirations for the rest of 96.
Fittler, oh, beautiful pass. And down the ground goes Walker. Now it's Lamb. Lamb away for Jorgensen. Jorgensen. He gets in to score. Oh, the pass from Fittler. It was borderline, but beautiful.
It was an absolute gem. In fact, I think the last pass was more borderline. Brett Mullins thought it was forward. Brad Fittler taking the football. We freeze play there. That's Fittler. That's the runner. This is the Canberra defender that's caught out. He's moved in when he had no reason to and created the hole. Came up with a shoulder charge, but it put Adrian Lamb into open space. Throws the dummy. Let's have a look at this last pass. Tough to line up, but Brett Mullins, he was yelling to the referee.
Yeah, the man that came in, Pete, was David Furner. Adrian Lamb into space. Maybe he should have given it straight off, but he did a good job of drawing the fullback in the end, turned him inside out. And I thought the last pass did go forward myself, but hey, it's on the scoreboard. The Roosters lead, 12 points to 6.
To use the lines, the laterals on the rugby league field. From the 20-metre line, he's missed it, Cleary. Just on that forward pass, what we do tend to forget, the flight path is measured in relation to the way the ball is passed from the player. You can imagine throwing a rock or something out of a car window doing a bit of speed. It's obviously going to go forward if you measure it against a lateral line. And it causes so much conjecture and argument. But it certainly was made to look very much forward, wasn't it? But nothing like that, in my opinion. It was borderline.
I don't think I've ever thrown rocks out of a car. Yeah. Showing your misspent youth trade. Last tackle now for the Roosters. Andrew Walker on the short side. Kicking for touch. Won't find so. Nandruku is back. But a good chase here, and Walker leads the way, along with Darren Junee.
So Mullins it is who comes away from near his own line. 12-6.
And even though they're down to 12 men, Adrian Lamb is playing behind the line as a halfback, and his job is purely and simply to drive the players in front of him, and he's doing a great job at that, talking to them, barking orders at them, making sure they're in that defensive line.
Furner offloading for Pongia to go ahead. And now Ruben Wiki calling Nandruku on the inside. As Walters prepares to come back with David Westley. This is Luke DeVico. The last tackle.
Roosters must continue to wrap the football up. They don't want to play the Raiders in broken field situations. Daly now, a little bit of space, kicks for himself.
So, Adrian Walker, well, Andrew Walker finding himself in the right place at exactly the right time, but a problem there for Darren Junee.
Yes, he collided with Laurie Daly. Neither player really looking to play at the football.
Junee assisted back. And now another problem, this time with Luke Ricketson.
Let's just have a look at the Laurie Daly collision. Puts the kick through, gets through plenty of traffic. And they do drop out. Daly drops his shoulder, as he has every right to do, by everybody but his teammates. This is another blow. Let's see if he falls awkwardly. Yes, you can see there the leg caught in under the tackle.
So Jason Lowry, and now Fittler working on the blind side, waiting it in, and Nandruku was in two minds. It will be a loose head and feed, though.
Yeah, good pressure kick there from Freddie Fittler.
Looks like
he played at it, but I don't think he touched it. Nandruku.
Plenty of replacements happening. Tiny Iro.
That is good tactics from the Roosters. They want to kick for touch as often as possible. They don't want the ball in play. They want it in play as least as possible in this last 18 minutes. That'll enhance their chances. So
Nandruku centralising play. And then Daly comes back down the blind side with the aid of Brett Hetherington. Repeating that Terry Hermanson was sent off in the early minutes of the second half. The Roosters are in front, even with 12 men. And they've enlarged their half-time lead. Kennedy in 17. Madison making the tackle. Nathan Wood is on. Also playing in jumper number 17. Now Daly. Junee looks to be totally recovered. Enthusiastic chase there by Steve Stone. Now Jorgensen Second try scorer of the night for the Roosters team.
He may not have had many carries tonight for the Roosters, but the ones that he has taken up have been very impressive. Even there, it was a tough 10 metres that he had to find. All of a sudden, Roosters a little bit further out of their danger zone as Fittler has hit in a good tackle. Centre field, 30 out from his own line.
Now this is Ramaka. Across the back. Walker it is, with this big kicking game of his, playing an important role now. They're down to 12. Mullins losing his footing. Nagus. Stone. Away from dummy half. Out to the 40-metre line. Walters is back on. And now Wesley is playing in the headgear, having been stitched up after the head clash with David Boyle. Then for Daly. Ferner. Boyle. Knocked down, but who was it knocked down by? That is the question. Well, he's indicated 5 tackles are gone, so he hasn't nullified the tackle count. Ferris. Punching it, looking for the line down on the 20 and finding it. So 12-6 after 65 minutes.
That was a very big call against the Raiders there. They believe that they should have been given 6 again. Let's have a look who touches this. David Boyle. I think there was a touch from Darren Junee.
It's very hard to say, really, from that camera shot.
No, I think that was, there's no doubt about that one. I think that Junee got a definite touch.
So, Peter Sterling is saying the tackle count should have been nullified, and Canberra given a fresh set of 6 tackles. Now it's Clark. Iro. Nathan Wood with a type of headgear on that looks more like a balaclava. This is Lowry. Little handoff back for Nathan Wood. Son of the former Newtown number 7. Played with North Sydney too from memory, Barry. Walker finding the line. And he seems to have put himself into the game more since the send-off of Hermanson.
Well, it's a matter of, it's like a game of chess at the moment, isn't it, with both teams looking for field position. The Raiders have really got to start looking to run the ball on the 5th tackle. There are some opportunities for them to do this. The Roosters are in front. They'll be taking no chances. Their defence has been just simply brilliant tonight. And none better in that respect than Matt Singh out in the centres. Magnificent game by him.
Steve Roach, what's the story with Luke Ricketson?
Yeah, it's a reoccurring knee problem that he's had over the last few weeks, but I think this time it's a little bit more serious. He won't be back.
Canberra trying to lock the ball in as long as they can. And I think they've done it. Yes, they have. Well, not really the way they wanted it. That was against Canberra.
Ray, in this situation, do the Roosters players have the option of kicking? Oh, he's broken from the scrum, Madison. Is that the ruling?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. What I was trying to say was he's penalised the Roosters for not allowing the ball free from the scrum, the front row forward. It was a similar ruling last Sunday in the Parramatta game. They were trying to suck the Eastern Suburbs backline inside the 5, and then they got the penalty for a totally different infringement. Once the ball has made its exit, you can't try and propel it back into the scrum. That was the ruling that he gave. As Canberra now with Stone, 43 metres out from the Roosters line, and then for Daly. And Daly, he's looked very dangerous. And now another penalty. Canberra No kick for the line. Walters is 25 metres out. Will they draw level here? Daly, 10-metre line. Second tackle. 69 minutes. Ferris, taken by Walker. Clark over the top. Pongia. Metre from the line and a penalty, is it? And 10 minutes. It's against Brad Fittler. Fittler's been sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes.
And that'll just about be the game for Fittler. He might come back with 30 seconds to go. I don't think David Berner's out there for Canberra either. He would be their first-string goal kicker.
First man to congratulate Fittler was Quentin Pongia. Now Stone, 9 metres away from the line, 12-6 the score. Ferris, in for Pongia, now for Wiki. Wiki's over. Ruben Wiki has capped a fine game for himself.
Oh yeah, and here come the Raiders. They're against 11 men, 13 against 11. Brad Fittler got 10 minutes in the bin, professional foul for offside. And there's just a matter of too many numbers out here. Peter Clark, he couldn't control Ruben Wiki.
He's been very strong tonight, Ruben Wiki, and good hands on the inside. Only fortunate thing here for the Roosters as Pongia sets up his man well on the outside is the fact that it is scored so wide. Jason Ferris will be the man trying to even up the scores here.
So the kick is offline. And the Roosters continue to lead. Down to 11 men, 12 points to 10. And a real cliffhanger now. The Roosters leading by 2. Fittler in the sin bin. Hermanson sent off. That's the equation. And Canberra without their recognised goal kicker.
Ferris has been the backup in the last couple of weeks along with Laurie Daly. But the football now for the Roosters is absolute gold. They must try and get it wherever possible. Strong charge here from Wesley. He's in the headgear.
Now Stone, and away for Pongia.
Last tackle.
To the blind side with Stone again. He throws the dummy and comes back in, but that's the turnover.
Oh boy, and don't they need the footy, the Roosters? They're just about out on their feet. You know, all the defence they've had to do in this second half is starting to take its toll. What have they got left now?
This is Paul Dunn. Just outside his own 20-metre line.
You would imagine the interchange would be very heavily used here by Phil Gould. Peter Clark coming in. That's what they need. They've got to get some players who don't touch the football a lot compared to their forwards to come in and take the work. That's Juni. Ramika looking to get into the game. Ramika.
Lamb. 42 metres out from the line. Now, Iro. Garlic. Walker. Driving it low. Loose head and feed for the Canberra side. 6 minutes on the clock.
As he calls time off now with Garlic going down, you'd think that maybe the long kick into the in goal might be better. But I think the Roosters are too tired to chase, so Walker's just looking to chew up some time.
Yeah.
He didn't care where that went, as long as it went over the touchline.
And Paul, normally, apart from this fact with Garley going down, that the clock continues to tick. Precious moments now. Canberra win the scrum. Magus getting involved. Centre field, 29 out from his own line, plays the ball to nobody.
Daly, dummies to Androko, Wiki! Wiki's over the halfway line, but Iro has got him. 42 metres away from the line. Ferris, Wesley. David Wesley, 35 out.
All to the left.
Now Walters. The main role here tonight. But the Roosters cling on. 2 points in front, 2 players down. Ferris kicks it in. And taken over the dead ball line by Jorgensen.
Nathan Wood, the player, going across to the far wing. Restart by Andrew Walker.
Yeah, but a good 45 seconds wasted there.
So, Canberra come back. Quinton Pongia, the 30-metre line just in front of him. Daly, and now Hetherington. 25 metres out on the second. Daly. Ferris. 19 metres out on the third. 3 3/4 on the clock. Wesley. 10 metres out on the fourth. Ferris. Long ball for Daly. Stone. Angling across. Mullins. Kick and chase. Referee says play on. Mullins was taken out of it.
Well, as soon as Mullins was taken out, the referee called play on. He didn't see anything wrong with the hit on Mullins. Inside ball for Stone, who has made an impact since he's come on. He's dead set knocked out of the way.
Yeah, Ivan Cleary forced to come up into the front defensive line on all occasions, makes them vulnerable for the kick through. And I guess the mentality now for the Roosters is that they prefer to give away a penalty and cop a draw than to give away a try.
Sean Garlick, the captain. He's got a double responsibility out there now. No Brad Fittler. 3 minutes left on the clock. Pongia is put down. Again, 33 out on 1. David Boyle. 25 out on 2. Now Hetherington. Dummy on the run round. Back up the centre. Wesley put away. Third tackle. Walters, a quick look around. Finds the captain. Daly. This is the 4th tackle. 2.5 minutes on the clock. 10 metres out from the line. Walters. Steve Walters is tackled on 5. 3 metres from the line. Stone looking around. And they come to the blind side. Daly rolls it in. And Jorgensen. He's got the job of getting it back. And is he going to? No. Line drop out again.
Another line drop out. And this might be a little thing, but the trainer for the Roosters has actually been in the in-goal area for the last 12 tackles, telling the players where to go in defence. Jorgensen, if he could have got back in the field to play, yeah, that's the man there. He was fair dinkum pointing to players where to go in the line.
Oh, rockin' Ronnie Palmer having a blinder.
And he's still in the in-goal area.
Well, the Raiders, this is it for them. They've got to play it right. There was 2 or 3 times there they could have gone left and had a 4-man overlap, but kept coming down the right-hand side. They've got to go to where the space is.
So we do it again. This will be 18 tackles if they complete this set of 6. Daly. Now Quinton Pongia. There's the ball. It's away with Nagas. He scores! Right on the full-time siren. And look at Canberra. You'd think they've got another premiership.
Well, they're in 11th position at the moment on 11 points, and this could be an enormous victory come the end of the season for them. And they must be shattered, the Roosters, that they actually forced a mistake. And Ken Nagas, the great opportunist that he is, picked the ball up, found open spaces. Sean Garlick shakes the head. He can't believe it. A valiant effort by the Roosters, but 13 against 11, and it's Canberra. You just couldn't believe that they could be beaten.
And once again, it comes back to the slippery field, and Cleary couldn't put it with Nagas and just fell on the ground. This ball, this is the one, does it go backwards, forwards? Well, hard to tell.
I got no doubts it went backwards.
Yeah, she's back.
And Nagas was in there like a flash, like a thief in the night, and he's away. And Canberra, they get out of jail. But what pressure did the Roosters absorb leading up to this try?
It's been a fantastic win to the Raiders. They've hung in there, they've played it right. 13 against 11, let's not forget that. And a valiant effort, a gallant effort by these Roosters. I'll get plenty of those things out of this win.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
God.
Pluses.
Yeah, good piece of commentary, that.
Yes.
There's the kick. There's the conversion. And Canberra have won 16 points to 12. An incredible game. Sensation followed sensation. Eastern Suburbs or Sydney City Roosters finishing the match with 11 men. An incredible show of gallantry by them and an equally incredible show of persistence by Canberra. 16 to